I'm going to change a thermostat. This is a 1997 Ford Taurus. It's got the 3.0 V6 Vulcan engine in it. And the thermostat needs to be changed. It's located right there on the top radiator hose. Thermostat housing is right in there. Got the battery disconnected. A drain pan. A drain pan under the vehicle right there. So I've got to undo the hose, and then I'm going to take the thermostat housing loose. There's 3 bolts in it. So I used a pair of pliers and I slid the clamp back. I can't find my hose clamp pliers. Anyway, I'm going to pull the hose loose. Get down right in here. Hopefully the pan will catch most of it. I'm going to raise this up over here so it doesn't leak anymore. So then I've got to take 1, 2, 3 bolts loose to get the housing off. What I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to take the bottom bolt loose. I'm trying not to drop it. There's one. The top one over here loose. You can probably view right in here. Hard to see it. Right there. There it is. And by the way, it's a 10 millimeter for all 3 bolts. Let's crack this thing. Oh, yeah, it's gonna bust.
You cracked it?
No, luckily I got it split open right there. I'm trying to see it.
But it's not broken, right?
It's wide open.
Let me see.
So this right here is a brand new Failsafe thermostat. It's probably got 30 miles on it. Are you recording?
Yeah, it's blurry.
This is a brand new Failsafe thermostat from AutoZone. It's supposed to not allow the engine to overheat. It's brand new. The car is not run hot. It's probably got about 30 miles on it, and it's hung wide open. So the thermostat's bad. It's brand new. It fail-safed open, and that's going to wear the engine out, so we're replacing it with a standard regular thermostat from O'Reilly's. So basically, a thermostat has there's a metal piece right here. This faces the engine. As hot coolant touches this, the thermostat's supposed to open, and that allows water to flow through the radiator. This type of thermostat is supposed to be a preventative thing where if the thermostat goes bad, it will not fail closed, so that way it won't fail and burn your engine up. But if you look online, what people are complaining about is exactly this problem, that they run this thermostat, and after the first or one or two tries of running the engine, it fails in the open position. And you can tell that because the engine won't warm up very quickly. It takes a long time for it to get heat in the engine. What that does is the cylinders that are staying cold, typically near the front of the engine or near the top radiator hose, they end up staying cool, and the piston gets hot and it wears the engine out. That's the whole purpose of a thermostat, is to get the engine up to operating temperature so that things expand accordingly to thermal expansion. So this right here is a major problem. You could run it for a little while, but you don't want to run it for thousands of miles. The way this thing apparently works is if it gets a certain temperature, the thing's open, and then see that little tab right there? It locks the spring open, and there's one on this side and one on that side. That's how this thing works. But it's obviously, the thing never ran hot at all. I mean, here it's been pretty cool lately, and the temperature never has even gotten halfway up on the gauge. So we're going to put a normal regular thermostat back in it. Just a standard 180. And see, it doesn't have that extra stuff in there. Yeah. And I know it worked because when we first started it up, the engine warmed up accordingly. And then I saw the thermostat open. And then we drove it around, and it was the next day that when we drove it, I noticed the temperature was staying cool. So that's when it failed. Obviously, they don't have something quite right with this mechanical portion here, because it never even got up to 190, and it failed. Okay, I've got all the gaskets scraped off. Right there. I've got to clean it a little bit more. I used a wire brush on a drill to clean the housing right here. So I've got that surface clean. And I'm going to use a Dremel tool with a small wire brush to get down in here. And then we'll start putting it back together. And this is the Dremel tool that I'm going to use. It's actually an off-brand. I've got another video discussing this tool. It's actually pretty good. It's a Hyper Tough from Walmart. It's battery operated, so you can get in there real easy. I'm going to use this small wire brush to clean the intake side. See you in a little bit. I got in there with the Dremel tool with the wire brush. Let's see how good it looks. Looks better, hopefully. I gotta dry it with some paper towels and some carburetor spray. There's a little bit of spot right there I've got to get. Let me get back in there. Okay, let's see how this looks now. Yeah, that's much better. As long as I can keep that water from dripping on the bottom right there, I think we're good. I need to dry some of that water out of the intake. We don't want it to mess up the gasket with the silicone. Okay, let me get a little bit more cleaning done. Right now I'm trying to get in here and dry up some of this antifreeze in the intake manifold so that the thermostat housing won't get wet while we're trying to install it. It keeps seeping. Get some more paper towels. I think that's probably good. If you can record in there a little bit. Yeah. See right in there that I'm trying to dry all that out. Because we've got to use that bolt hole there, and there's two more at the top. But I think we're good. As long as it doesn't drip while we install it. Here's the brand new bad thermostat that we took out. This was the Failsafe thermostat, and you can see it's locked in the open position. It failed after 2 days. We're going to put in a brand new Murray thermostat, a 180 from O'Reilly's. I've used these before with a brand new gasket. We've got our housing cleaned up. So let me go get some silicone and we'll get started. I guess I'm going to use this older tube of black silicone. It's still good. Got extra in case we need it. This is a real big waste of plastic to hold one thermostat gasket. This is totally insane. Look at that. Velcro uses a cardboard backing and a plastic bag to hold one little gasket. Let's try this with the glove on. I always coat both sides of the gasket. One of the main reasons why I do this is to help hold the thermostat in place while I try to put it all back together. It gets aggravating. Okay. The new thermostat, the jiggle, the little pin right there goes up, so that lets air bubbles pass through so that it'll bleed the air bubbles out. This right here goes towards the intake manifold, the little heating element. That means it needs to go in here approximately like that. Just like that. I'm lining the holes up, using the silicone to hold the thermostat in place. Okay. Okay, he'll get in down here. So we've got the water neck in place. The thermostat's in there. The bulb's facing the intake and the pin is up at the top. And what we did was we've got the 3 bolts in there, 1, 2, and the third one's down at the bottom. Here, let me get in and I'll show you. So there's one top bolt. There's the other top bolt. and the bottom bolt is right there. So it's a 10 millimeter. Basically, I use a 1/4 inch ratchet with a short extension, and then for the one bolt on this side at the top, I sometimes use this extension so that I'll get way over here. But it's pretty frustrating to get all that lined up and get it all installed. So if you're doing this, get ready to cuss at it. Okay, we'll let that sit and cure for a little bit, and then we'll put the top radiator hose back on, hook the battery up, and then we'll be done. Okay, let's go ahead and get the top hose on. I've lost my hose clamp pliers, so I'm using some channel locks on this top clamp. I do recommend using these factory style clamps when you can, because they will hold the hose tight with the right tension. It's just frustrating trying to do this with the wrong tool. Okay, should be good. Positive battery cable. It's an 8 millimeter or 5/16. Negative battery cable. Need to get another wrench to hold that, but I guess I could probably do it with this. 10 millimeter, I'm sure. Yeah. Okay, we're good. Alright, we'll top it off with antifreeze. Okay, we've got everything buttoned up. Batteries connected. Topped off the antifreeze in the coolant reservoir. So now all we have to do is start it up. Got the battery's hooked up. We've got the top hose hooked back up. Everything should be good. Okay, we've got the car running right here. Let's see. It should start moving the needle up. Yeah, we can see it moving right there. Rev it up a little bit. Before the Failsafe thermostat, the needle wouldn't hardly move. It would stay down on cold. And it took forever. Even after driving it for 20 or 30 minutes, it wouldn't even get, you know, barely past the line on the C right there. And typically it runs just a little bit warmer than what it shows here. You may be able to see the needle go back down when the thermostat opens. Yeah, there it goes. Thermostat's opening. Alright, everything looks good. Okay, we just took it for a test drive. Everything's good. No leaks. Nothing dripping. Nope. And then we'll check the coolant level here. We left the cap loose so that it would burp. And we need to put a little bit more in there. Yep. Okay, that's it. We're done. I hope you found this video helpful. Please remember to give it a thumbs up. Thank you. And remember, don't be destructive. Fix, repair, create. Make the world better.